I own a company called Trivia Nation. It's a marketing and entertainment company, but what we do is we host live trivia shows in restaurants. And we do a weekly show. It's a 2-hour show where we ask questions, we play music, and we get everybody involved and engaged and essentially throw a party, and we have a great time, and then hopefully increase sales for the restaurants in which we work. I used to play a live trivia game here in Jacksonville Beach back in 2004. And I had such a great time, and so I asked the gentleman who owned the company if I could host shows for him. And so I did, and that was even more fun than playing. And over the last few years, I've expanded it. So now we have approximately 105 weekly shows throughout Northeast Florida, Orlando, Tampa, South Florida, and now a few in Georgia. At our Trivia Nation nights, we average between around 40 to 60 players, and that's on maybe 8 to 15 teams. And it is a fun crowd. You're going to go to a place where you can easily turn around and say, did you get that question right? Or, hey, I'm Steve, what's your name? And it's also a very great place to meet people. I met my wife playing trivia, and I see lots of people that come from girlfriend to girlfriend, boyfriend, and then get married, then they have kids. I've done this for so long that I see that, and that's really wonderful. Our Trivia Nation players, I say, are people from 8 to 80. So we might have a question about 15th century literature or art, and then we have a question about Britney Spears, and then we ask a question about how many home runs Mickey Mantle hit in 1961. Basically questions my dad can answer, and then a 13-year-old girl can answer, and then, you know, somebody's grandmother can answer. So I would love if our tables were multi-generational, and typically that's who wins our game. So if you have a table or a team that has a 60-year-old guy and his wife, and then they have their kids who are in their 30s, and then their kids who might be 10 years old, that team typically wins because they have a vast amount of knowledge in a lot of different subjects. Question writing is a very serious job. So we host these games 6 nights a week, and so we have to come up with questions every single night. Obviously, you wouldn't want to play on Monday night and then go to a location on Wednesday and have the same questions. So we make sure that we continually write new questions for each night. It's tough. We go to lots of different sources, and we have to research these questions, and we have to make sure that they're not ambiguous at all. Question writing at Trivia Nation is a very serious job. We have trivia hosts, and we call it a trivia host as opposed to an MC or a DJ because I make sure that they host a party. They're walking around, they're introducing themselves to all the people in the restaurants, they're getting to know the bartenders and servers and management, and they're trying to get them to know everybody. So our host should be doing exactly as you would be doing if you were a good party host. Why is Trivia Nation good for Jacksonville? Well, first of all, it's creating camaraderie with the players. It gives our players a night out to hang out and to get to know them and have a great time. And secondly, we're putting money in these restaurants' pockets. As you know, the economy's not perfect right now, and you see restaurants go out of business all the time. If you look at my list of restaurants, many of them have been open for 5 and 10 years and more than that, so maybe they're making the right decision to have us in here.